A long time ago, two spirits were walking through a village. Their names were Mazel and Schlemazel, and they were very good friends, even though they were complete opposites. Mazel was tall and stood up straight, and he was always in a good mood, because he was the good luck spirit. Schlemazel was old and hunched over with a cane, and he was always in a bad mood, because he was the bad luck spirit. While they were walking through the village, they got into an argument. Mazel said, "I'm better than you, because people ask for me, and no one asks for you." Schlemazel was very offended at this. "Well, sure, people might like you, but I have the real power. People are afraid of me, and I can control people. Besides, I'm more efficient than you. I can destroy what you do in a year, in a single second." "Well, you use the same tricks every single time. You either kill people, or you make them sick, or you starve them." "Well, you always make rich people lucky. Besides, I'm more efficient than you. I bet I could destroy a whole year's worth of your work in a single second without using any of my usual tricks. But if I'm able to do that, I want the wine of forgetfulness that I can drink to sleep peacefully again. But if I win, you have to stay out of my business for 50 years. So the deal was set. Mazel hurried to the edge of the village to find someone to make prosperous. When he got to the edge of the village, he saw an old, broken down hut. When he stooped through the entrance, he saw a young man lying down on a pile of straw inside. "What is your name?" Mazel asked. "My name is Tam." "A young man like you should be working at this time of day. Why aren't you out in the fields?" "I have the most terrible of luck. My parents both died in accidents, and this year I don't even have enough money to buy seeds for the next harvest." Mazel decided to help this man out. Because of Mazel, the king's carriage rode by just at that moment, and as it passed by Tam's house, a wheel popped off of it. Tam had only a little bit of experience in repairing wheels, but Mazel gave him confidence, and Tam was able to repair the wheel so well that the king decided to bring him back to his palace. At the palace, there lived a princess who did not want to get married. She made up excuses about why she couldn't get married, but the real reason was because all of her suitors were, in her opinion, stuck up and arrogant. When Tam got to the palace, he showed unnatural skill at everything he did, through both Mazel's actions and his own. He soon became very wealthy, and throughout this, he never forgot about his humble upbringings. He always gave to the poor, and because of this, the princess fell in love with him. But the king did not approve because he was a commoner. So the king sent Tam on increasingly difficult quests in the hopes that he would die. But of course, with Mazel's help, he succeeded at each and every one of them. Then the king fell very ill, and all of the doctors in the kingdom knew that he would surely die unless he drank the milk of a lioness. The king saw this as an opportunity to finally get rid of Tam. So he sent Tam on a quest to get the lioness's milk. But before Tam left, the king made him promise on his life that he would bring back the milk of a lioness. So Tam set out with only a stone jug, and of course, Mazel. Even the people that trusted him most thought that he was doomed to failure. But of course, with Mazel's help, he succeeded. He walked outside of the palace, And just a few miles away, there was a lioness lying on a hillside sleeping. He was able to walk up to the lioness and milk it and pat her a little bit on the head before walking away, just as it woke up. Tim walked back to the palace and up to the king's bed, and he bowed before the king's bed. "Your Majesty, I have with me the milk of a dog." Because at that moment, the year of the bet had expired, and Schlemazel had used his 1 second to destroy everything that Mazel had done. Because Tim had sworn on his life that he would bring back the lioness's milk, he was immediately thrown into a prison to be executed that next day. In the deepest cellar of the palace, Mazel knew that he had lost. He rolled out the barrel of the wine of forgetfulness and gave it to Schlemazel, who drank a cup and quickly fell asleep. Because Tam was such a good person, Mazel decided to help him out some more, even though he had lost the bet. So he snuck up the palace stairs and went to the king's bedroom and went to the throne room where the king was on his bed, just as Tam was about to say his last words. With Mazel's advice, Tam said, "Your Majesty, when I said that I had brought back the milk of a dog, I meant it as a compliment, for compared to you, a lioness is like a dog." The king decided to play along with this. "Well, I would believe you, but the milk of a lioness is, the milk is thrown away, so I have no idea if you're lying or not." But at that moment, the Princess Nessica stood up from the back of the room. "I knew that Tam wouldn't lie about bringing back the milk of a lioness, so I saved it, and here it is. Drink it, father, so you'll become better." And when the king drank the milk, he was immediately healed. And when the king finally died of old age, both Tam and the princess held important positions in the empire.